Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaste. I welcome you all to this online session of Tadvidya Sambhasha Parishat. And today we would like to highlight the concept of Prakriti. What is Prakriti? Usually, Prakriti is told to be as constitution. It is also known as genomics. It is also known as genetics, which is inherited. It is known as biotype. Okay, so many synonyms are used to understand the concept of Prakriti. And this is a very unique topic explained in Ayurveda, because Acharyas felt there are so many diversities seen in individuals. Few of them are so tall, few of them are so short, few of them are so fair, and some are so dark in their complexion. Well, apart from this, physiologically also, some of them have a very good digestive system. Some of them do not have that much of appetite. Okay, few of them are very comfortable in summer. Few of them are very comfortable in rainy. And some are not comfortable in the same seasons. Yes. So what are these differences? And how are these affecting the health factors? How are they affecting a person individually, in mentally, at mental level also? Looking at all these diversities, the concept of Prakriti came into light. Now, the main objective of this class is people listening to this class will know what is Prakriti, how is the formation of Prakriti takes place, along with the determinants which affect the formation of Prakriti, the classification of Prakriti, the different classification of Prakriti, and later the specific features of Prakriti. Yes? So, coming to the definition of Prakriti. Okay. Some say Prakriti Sharira Swarupaha. It is the nature of an individual. Okay. Then there is one more definition said by Rasa Vaisheshika, saying Janma Marana Antarali Bhavini. Okay. Avikarini Dosha Sthitihi Prakritihi. That means at the time of Janma, the Dosha Sthiti formed does not change up to the marana of that individual and remains for the lifetime is Prakriti. Okay? So, looking at all these definitions, we can come to a conclusion that the biotype formed due to the dominance of the doshas. Doshas means here the regulating factors of both body and mind at the time of fertilization, okay, representing themselves at anatomical level, at physiological level, and psychological level. I repeat, the biotype which is formed due to the dominance of the regulating factors, yes, which are representing themselves anatomically, physiologically, and psychologically in an individual. Okay. So, when I say anatomically, I mean to say the overall build of the body. It may be height, it may be weight, it may be the structure of your hairs, it may be the structure of your eye, it may be structure of your nose, it may be the coloration of your skin, it may be the particular weight of your organs. Yes, all this come under the anatomical structures. Physiologically means the functional level of the human body. Now, when we say about functions, we cannot forget the functions of tissues, we cannot forget the functions of cell, okay? Because at secretory level, at digestive level, at excretory level, the first thing which is involved is the cell and the tissues of the body. Okay, so right from the cellular activity, how active is your cell in its division, in its secretion, in its excretion, in its heat production. Okay, so all these basic components right from cell is involved at the physiological level. Okay, if you want to understand in a better way, just an example, secretions are more in Pittaja Prakriti. It may be sweating, it may be enzymes, it may be your hormones are too much in Pittaja Prakriti. That means secretory level of cells is more in Pittaja Prakriti. Okay. Similarly, in Kaphaja Prakriti, okay, it is stickiness, mucus production is more. Okay, Bahutvat Shukra Madhuryat is told in the shloka, saying that secretion of the mucus product is more at the level of Kapha Prakriti. Okay, similarly in Vata Prakriti, the cells are not that secretory, and even the mucus secretion is less, because of which there is dryness, too much of dryness seen at the tissue and cellular level. We'll go in detail. It was just an example to tell you the importance of physiological function level here. Okay, then psychological build. Okay, what does psychological build says? It is right from grasping of knowledge, absorption of that knowledge, assimilation of that knowledge. After assimilation, what is to be kept for myself and what is to be eliminated out, what is to be kept in the memory. This process of psychology differs in each Prakriti. Okay, in Vata Prakriti, maybe grasping is very fast, they are very creative, they have lots of ideas. Same in Pitta Prakriti, they are too sharp. If you tell them one concept, they jump into another concept and they correlate, something like that. So they are very fast, they are very intelligent, and they are very organized and knowledgeable people. Similarly, in Kaphaja Prakriti, they grasp very slowly. Their grasping is slow, their absorption is slow, their assimilation is slow, but they are very knowledgeable because they have very good memory. Okay, so these are the psychological differences seen at the level of Vata, Pitta, Kaphaja level. Okay, so after looking at the definition of Prakriti, we'll enter into the next point. How is the formation? Okay, how the formation takes place. Yes, Sushruta says, Shukra Shonita Sanyoge Dosha Utkataha. Okay, Shukra Shonita Yo Bhavet Dosha Utkataha Prakriti Jayate Tena. Means, at the genetic level, during the fertilization of Shukra and Shonita, Shukra here is the sperm of a male partner, Shonita here is the ovum of a female partner. When the combination takes place, there is repeated multiplication of cells, okay, inside this, which leads to the functioning of doshas. It is Vata dosha, Pitta dosha and Kapha dosha are involved in this division and multiplication of cells. Whichever dosha is dominated during this formation of zygote determines the Prakriti of an individual. Okay. Now, if I give an example, you will understand it much better. If the male partner has involved himself into Vataja Ahara Vihara, okay, from last 7 days, he has involved himself in too much of exercise, too much of stress, too much of anxiety, and he has taken food irregularly, and it is the food also was very ruksha, that is rough in its texture. So what happens? The Vata is in increased status at every tissue level, and this vata is increased at the sperm level also. Similarly, if the female partner has involved herself in lot of spicy diet and she is into lot of tensions, anxiety, the pitta gets dominated because of the warmness created by the stress created by her spicy food, and this enters the tissue level, and at the level of ovum the pitta is dominated. So when this sperm and ovum combines with dominancy of doshas, okay, at the male level it is vata, at the female level it is pitta. When there is the zygote formation, the dominancy of vata pitta dosha takes place. So every cell which is undergoing multiplication is having the influence of this vata pitta dosha. Further, these produce the tissues, further these produce the organs, and the fetus is undergoing development under the influence of the dominated doshas, that is the vata and pitta. Hence, the Prakriti remains vata pitta because the percentage of vata and pitta is quantitatively and qualitatively more. That doesn't mean that kapha is not existing there. Kapha is existing but varies in its percentage. All the three doshas will be existing, but the highest percentage will matter, and that will represent the body anatomically, physiologically and psychologically. Well, Acharya Charaka adds to this again. He says it is not only genetic inheritance. Apart from this, he puts some other factors for the development of Prakriti. He says Kala Garbhashaya Matur Ahara Vihara. Means what? The Kala, the time and the nature. What was the condition of nature at the time of conception is also responsible for the formation of Prakriti. Okay, if it was Sharat Rutu, okay, then as we know in Sharat Rutu there is dominancy of Pitta dosha. Okay, so this Sharat Rutu will influence the development of the fetus. So Pitta predominancy will be seen. Okay. Then Garbhashaya is here the anatomical condition of the uterus where the nourishment of the fetus takes place. If the female partner is very young, of 18, 19 years old, and if she is malnourished and the circulatory system at the pelvic level is not good, then this fetus will have poor nourishment leading to dominance of vata. So here the condition of uterus is also very, very important because the nutrition to the fetus is from the uterus and its circulation. Then comes Matur Ahara Vihara, which is one more very important factor. Every lady who is in pregnancy has to take care of her food and has to take care of her regimens. The food which she takes determines the doshas in her body and further nourishes the fetus. If the lady indulges herself in too much of ruksha, that is rough diet, then there is dominancy of vata dosha, and this vata dosha further disturbs the fetus dosha predominances and does vata predominance, and the child which is born will have deficit of attention and it will be very chanchala. It will have there will be no stability in the child. Similarly, in the regimen, if the lady indulges herself into mountain climbing, jumping, very dangerous activities, involves herself in too much of speaking, too much of laughing loudly. This also causes vata vriddhi, which affects the mental status of the fetus. So these are the environmental factors which are affecting the prakriti of the individual. So Sushruta highlights prakriti as a genetic build-up or genetic inheritance, and Charaka further says along with that there are environmental factors also involved in the development of prakriti. Hence, in counseling for pregnancy, preconceptional counseling, the parents are counseled that how they should have their food, how they should have their regimen to have a healthy child. So that is very important, and this is the clinical application of prakriti, which we'll be discussing later. Then coming to the next one, that is classification of prakriti. There are different classification explained in the classics. Mainly there is doshaja prakriti, then there is bhautika prakriti, then gunaja prakriti. For our clinical practice, we use doshaja prakriti. These are of 7 types due to permutation and combination. Single doshaja prakriti is said to be as vata, pitta and kapha dominated prakriti. And later there are dual doshas are dominated, like it may be vata pitta, vata kapha, pitta kapha. So these are the combinations of prakriti. Then there is tridoshaja prakriti, or it's also called as samadhatuja prakriti, where all the doshas are at equal percentage, and this is said to be as the normal prakriti, or this is said to be as a very good prakriti, because prakriti is normal for that individual. We cannot say this is abnormal and all, but it is a good prakriti, a balanced prakriti. Now, it's very important to know how these prakriti vary from each other. To know how this prakriti vary from each other, we should know the attributes of prakriti. What are the attributes of prakriti? Again, to know the attributes, we should know what are the attributes of the doshas. So what is vata attribute? It is ruksha, laghu, shita, khara, sukshma, chalaha. These are few of the qualities of vata. Pitta, sasneha, tishna, ushna, laghu, visram, saram, dravam. We'll know it one by one. And kapha, snigdha, shita, guru, manda, slakshna, mrasna, stiraha, kafaha. So by knowing these gunas, you can further see the application of these gunas in the prakriti development. But before that, it's very important to know, we do not see any individual with a single dosha dominance. It's very, very rare, or very difficult to get such individuals. It is always dual, or all the 3 doshas are in different percentage representing their prakritis. But even then, our acharyas say that kapha, purely kapha prakriti is said to be the best, pitta is said to be better, and vata is good. But kapha people are more stable, and they are good, calm, cool at their work. Then coming to the dual nature of prakriti, where it is said pitta kapha is said to be better. Then comes vata kapha, which is good, and vata pitta is said to be the worst, because they are too much unstable. But best among all this is the 3 doshaja prakriti, because they remain much healthy anatomically, physiologically, immunity wise and psychologically. Then coming to the features of prakriti, this is a very interesting point now. Everybody wants to know what what is their constitution. Okay, so when we speak about the Vata Prakriti, okay, when we speak, we want to put it into different headings. We'll speak about body structures first. Then we'll speak about their movements. How are their movements? Then their food habits. Then their mental faculties, how they behave psychologically, and some other factors. Okay. So when we speak about their body attributes, Vata individual, I'm speaking about Vata Prakriti. Vata people will have a very thin build. Whatever amount of food they take, regularly or irregularly, they have a thin build. They have a rough body structure. Their muscle tone is also very less. That doesn't mean that energy is less. Energy is okay, they do a lot of work, but their build is very thin. Their skin is very rough, and they usually have cracks on the skin. Okay, so they require a lot of moisturizer to keep their skin moist and lubricated. Yes, how is the structure of their forehead and face? Small. Usually small head with a short forehead and smaller eyebrows, smaller eyes, rounded smaller eyes, and teeth are also very small, and they have usually tendency of cracks on the teeth also. Cracks on the teeth, that is, their enamel is not that lubricated, and usually they suffer from cracks at the teeth level also. And their nails are also very short, and again there is complaints of cracking there because Parushata, dryness and roughness is more at the level of nails, at the level of palms, at the level of foot. Okay, so usually these people suffer from lots of cracks in the body level. Okay, and there is less sweating. Too much of sweating is not seen in case of Vata individual. And to highlight some more topics, like hairs. How are the hairs? The hairs are usually very dusty and dry. It appears normally, you feel that there is a lot of dust in their hairs and they appear very dry. Okay, yes. Then coming to the skin level, they have lot of network of veins at their skin level. Lot of veins network is seen at their skin level. Okay. Then coming to the movements. In the movements, the Vata Prakriti people are never stable. Whenever they are speaking or whenever they are doing some activity, they are very fast at their actions. Either their eyebrows are moving, either their mandible joint is moving always, either their shoulders. Now they cannot sit continuously for a longer time, so they are moving their shoulders. They are moving their legs. Their legs are always active. Their hands are always active. So such type of very active individual is seen in case of Vata constitution. They're always in movement. They cannot sit in one place for more than 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so such type of overactive individual is seen at Vata level. Then what about their food habits? Food is alpa. They feel hungry a little bit, then they have a little bit of food in a hurry, and they finish and they move. And whenever irregularly they get hunger, they start eating a little bit of food and finish it very fast. So they're very fast at their actions. Yes. How are these people emotionally? These people are very, very, very creative. These people have lots of ideas. Thought process is very fast. Grasping is very fast. They grasp very faster. Yes. Absorption of knowledge is very fast. Assimilation is fast, but retention is very less. So grasping is very fast and later they forget. Yes. For simple things, they get irritated very faster. They get irritated very faster, they are very angry at that time, and later they forget. Yes, they are friends with some group of people and later they forget, so they don't have many friends also. But they are very, very creative. And unorganized, they don't have time for organization, so they're very unorganized people. They take some decision, they keep some goals, but there is so much of instability that it is very difficult for them to reach their goals also sometimes. And then comes some other factors, like it is believed that if Vata constitution people do not take care of themselves properly, then they will have less strength, alpa bala. They will have less ayu, less of lifespan, less wealth, because they don't concentrate on a particular path properly. So obviously less wealth and less instrument for their lifestyle. Very unorganized type of lifestyle will be seen in case of Vata individual. Then coming to the Pitta Prakriti people. What happens in Pitta Prakriti people at the body level is, the body is medium built. According to the age, there will be good height, okay, medium in build, but very secretive. There is lot of secretions, lot of sweating, lot of enzyme secretions in the body inside, foul smell in the body, because there is so much of secretion, so much of sweating. Yes, there is foul smell and even some yellowish discoloration seen in the sweating in Pitta sort of people. How do these people look? These people look red, flushing face. Yes, and the temperature is very hot. Okay, because the Pitta is Ushna. The temperature of the body is a bit high when compared to other Prakriti. And the texture is also red. The face is red. The nose is red. Okay, lips are red. Eyes are also reddish in the corners. Yes, and these people at the hairs, they have Sukumara, very delicate hairs on the body, and they are Kapila Varna or Tamra Varna, coppery hairs are seen. Even the structure of hairs is very silky and very coppery in color, just like Mendi is applied. But naturally, the natural color itself is like that. Then coming to the next, that is, how is the skin? The skin is fleshy, soft and fleshy. And how is the teeth and all? Teeth is medium in size, but having a little bit of yellowish discoloration because of the Pitta dominance. And because of their temperature, since their temperature is always at a higher level, their metabolism is also more. So how we take about the food habits? They have Tikshna Agni, lot of appetite. There too much of appetite, too much of thirst, so they require good amount of food, very good amount of food, very good amount of liquids as their diet, because their heat is more and their enzymes secreted are more, which leads to these functions. So we say the bowel movements, urine production, thirst production, hunger production, all these are higher in the Pitta people. Okay, then how are these people in their movements? These people are not very fast or not very slow, but they are very sharp in their movements. They take a judgment. They are very organized people. Yes, and they do very smart work. So their movements are also medium, not very fast beginning, not very slow beginning, so medium in their movements. Yes, and how are these people at their mental factors? They are very sharp in their absorption of knowledge. If you give them a point, they will think and they will make logics, and they will go to another point and they'll start with research, joining more ideas, and hence that shows their sharpness of knowledge. And these people are very organized, very systematic. They want things done very systematically. They take very good decisions and very determined people. But on the same time, these people get angry very faster because of the Ushna Tishna Guna of Pitta. But Aklesha Saha, they cannot involve themselves in too much of fights. They cannot involve themselves in too much of sunlight. They cannot do much of hard work. Too much of physical work is not possible for the Pitta Prakriti person. But they use their IQ and they are very intelligent people. Others is because of their tendency, they are having good knowledge, they are enjoying their life with good lifestyle, they have good wealth and good Ayu also, but it is said Madhyama Ayu when compared to Kapha Prakriti. Then when we see Kapha Prakriti which is said to be one of the best Prakriti, okay, because these people are very good looking, first point. When we see their body structure, very well built, compact built is seen in case of Kapha Prakriti people. How is their hair? Their hair is dark black, long, thick, with a broad forehead, lot of hairs on the body. Eyebrows are also thick, broad eyes. Yes. All the structures are very well developed with a good body texture. Usually, they may be a bit dark or fair in complexion or wheatish color in complexion. Then they have very broad shoulders, good muscle tone, good muscle build when we see at the level of muscles. Yes, their joints are well round and very tough in structure. Bones are also very tough in structure. Yes, this is the body wise. And sweating, yes, of course there is sweating, but not as foul smelling as Pitta. There is a lot of secretion of mucus, okay, in these people. Food, these people are very regular in their food habits and they do not require that much of food as Pitta Prakriti requires. It is normal for food, thirst, then the bowel movements, urination is all maintained normal. Then sleep, these people require good amount of sleep. They require correct 8 hours of sleep, otherwise their body doesn't get activated for the next morning. So 8 hours of sleep is required almost for the Kapha Prakriti people. Whereas when you compare to the Vata sleeps less than 5 hours. It is always awakened. The Vata Prakriti people do not get sleep properly and they are always awakened and they want to involve themselves into activities. That is Vata. Whereas Pitta requires medium, up to 6 hours, 7 hours is okay and the body is ready for the next day for their work. But Kapha requires good amount of sleep for their activation. Yes. And then coming to the mental faculty, slow in absorption. They absorb knowledge very slowly, slow in assimilation, slow at grasping things, but the memory retention is for longer time. They retain their memory for longer time, which make them a very knowledgeable person. Okay, so these people are very hardworking. They form their goals and they are determined to reach their goals. So they are very, very hardworking people. And when we see to the other factors, these people are having very good Ayu. These people are having very good lifestyle. These people collect a lot of good wealth for themselves and they enjoy their life. So this makes the Prakriti very good. Now when we come to the dual Prakriti, there is usually the combination permutation of these features. So when we see Vata Pittaja Prakriti, there is combination of Vata Pittaja factors. When we see Vata Kafaja Prakriti, there is combination of the Vata Kafaja factors there. Okay, so what we do is we take percentage of all these factors explained, and then we come to a conclusion what Prakriti this person belongs to. When the Prakriti is of Samadhatuja, all the three doshas are exhibiting at equal percentage. Yes? So this makes the person very stable. Now one more point to be considered here is the Manasika Prakriti. Okay? The Manasika Prakriti is the mental behavior of a person which is changeable. Manasika Prakriti can change by sanskaras. Okay? Whereas Sharirika Prakriti, the Prakriti developed at the tissue level and the cellular level cannot be changed. So that is very, very important to be known. Okay? Yes. So tomorrow I will be speaking on, the next class I will be speaking on the clinical applications and how further applications can be done of this Prakriti and how one can prevent oneself from the diseases of that particular dosha and how one can have a healthy lifestyle with their developed Prakriti, which is very, very important at preventive level and as well as curative level. Okay, so I just summarize today's session. We have seen the definition of Prakriti, where we have seen it is a biotype which is expressed by the dominant regulating factors anatomically, physiologically and psychologically. Yes, anatomically we have seen it in the form of build, then skin, hairs, the body structures and their development. Physiologically are the functions like digestion system, excretory system, the cellular level functions. And at psychologically we have seen how the person grasps, how he absorbs, how he assimilates and memorizes the knowledge and how he takes decision and goal keeping and all these things. Further it is said Prakriti Sharira Swarupam, it is the nature of an individual. Further again Rasa Vaisheshika says Janma Marana Antarala Avikarini Dosha Sthitihi Prakritihi. That means the dosha sthiti which is formed during the time of birth and remains till the death is Prakriti. Then we have seen the formation and the determinants of Prakriti, where formation means Sushruta says it is Shukra Shonita Sanyoge Dosha Utkataha. That means the genetic inheritance from Shukra and Shonita of their parents. The Shukra which is dominated by its particular doshas and the Shonita, that is the ovum which is dominated by its particular doshas, when combines whatever dosha predominance is seen forms the Prakriti. But further Charaka highlights there are environmental factors also involved in the development of Prakriti, like it is Kala, that is the nature or the time of conception. Then Garbhashaya, the site where the conception takes place, that is anatomically the reproductive organs of the female like uterus, okay, where actually the fertilization and implantation takes place for the nourishment. Then there is Mathura Ahara Vihara, there is a food and the regimens followed by the pregnant lady which affects the Prakriti. Then further we have seen the classification of Prakriti, where Doshaja Prakriti, which is of 7 types, is very important clinically. Okay, it will be Vata, Pittaja, Kafaja, Vata Pittaja, Vata Kafaja or Pitta Kafaja, and later the 3 Doshaja. And then there is Panchabhautika Prakriti explained by Sushruta, where he says these people will have either Prithvi Tattva more or Apa Tattva more or Agni Tattva more or Akasha Tattva more or Vayavya Tattva more. Then there is Guna Prakriti, where again Manasika Prakriti comes into nature, whether it is Satvika, Rajasika or Tamasika, which we will see in detail again. And then when we are speaking about the Doshaja Prakriti, we have to always concentrate to the attributes, that is the guna of Vata, Pitta, Kapha. And in Vata Prakriti, we have seen how the Ruksha, Lagu, Shita, Khara, Sukshma, these attributes are responsible for various body, mind, and the movement on all these functions depends upon these attributes. Okay. And in Vata Prakriti level, we have seen how the body is very thin built, very looks malnourished, very rough at its texture, very parusha, means very rough, cracked skin. And at its mental level, the Vata Prakriti is very creative, very active, and lots of thoughts provoking in its mind. But they are very irritable people. They get irritated very faster, and they forget also very faster, so their memory is very poor. Coming to the food, alpa, the food is also very less what they intake, and hence these people don't remain constant in a particular path, because of which they suffer from loss of wealth, health, okay, and alpa ayu. On the other side, when we see the Pitta Prakriti people, these people are medium in their build, but they are very red and Ushna in their looks. They have their hairs which are Kapila, Tamravarna, coppery in color, and very red in complexion. But they have a lot of secretions because of which they are foul smelling. At the level of Agni, they have very Tikshna Agni, Prabhuta Shut Trishna, too much of appetite, too much of thirst, too much of sweating, too much of urine production, bowel movements. Yes. And then at the level of mental faculties, they are very sharp, intelligent, and organized, and good decision takers. And they enjoy their life with good wealth and good ayu. Okay. But Madhyamayu. When we speak about the Kapha type of people, this is said to be the good Prakriti. These people have very good compact structure of their body, very good hair, that is black, thick, long hairs, and these people are very good at their height, weight. Yes. And how is the joint and bones? They are very long, good in structure, round joints, so they are very tough and hardworking people, good at their physical work. Mentally, these people are very slow in absorption, assimilation, and grasping of knowledge, but they have very good memory, which makes them knowledgeable, and very hardworking people, which makes them goal oriented. Yes. These people enjoy a lot of wealth. These people have very good luxurious lifestyle and very good ayu, that is lifespan also. And in dual Prakriti, we see the combination and permutation of all these lakshanas. With this, I end today's session. Thank you.